Hi everyone, hope you're well. Welcome back to my Greek kitchen. Today we're going to be making one of the dishes that I really love. We're going to be making gigantes, and gigantes means butter bean stew. The ingredients are very simple. It's one of those very humble Greek dishes, but that really epitomizes what Greek cuisine is all about. So healthy, nutritious, low cost, and super yummy. Let's have a look at what we need. The start of the show. So I have here 400 grams of butter beans, and what I've done is I've soaked them in lukewarm water from the day before. So I soaked them in lukewarm water and left them overnight so they are nice and plump like this. So 400 grams of butter beans. We will need some water, of course. Here I've got 4 medium carrots that are grated. I have a can of chopped tomatoes, 1 onion, medium slice, 4 cloves of garlic that I put through the garlic press, 2 celery sticks, tomato puree, Greek olive oil, of course, pepper, salt. That's it. That's all you need to make gigantes. Okay, we're ready to make the gigantes. And to make the gigantes, we have a process that has 2 stages. The first stage is to cook the butter beans on the hob for a short period of time, and the next stage is to finish cooking the butter beans in the oven. Now, the first step involves this. You have a pan that we're going to put it over high heat, and in the pan, come closer, I have a liter of cold water just from the tap. I have added my butter beans, and I have also added my medium sliced onion. I'm going to bring this to the boil and boil it for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to drain it to remove the scum. The reason also why we're adding the onion at this stage to let it cook with the butter beans is to get the sharpness out of the onion. First step therefore, very simple, high heat. I'm going to put it on high heat. Liter of water, butter beans, onion, put the lid on, bring it up to the boil, 10 minutes, then we're going to drain everything. 10 minutes have passed. I'm going to now switch it off, and I'm going to drain it to remove all the scum, and then I'm going to put it back into the pan with some clean water. Here you go. I've drained it in a colander with the onion and everything, and now I'm just going to put everything back into the pan. Don't miss out the onion, right? We don't like waste, so everything needs to go back in. And the onion has softened and has taken out this sharpness that the onion has. Some, you will see other recipes, some people prefer to fry the onion and then add it into the gigantes, into the butter bean stew. I follow on my mother's footsteps, so we boil the onion with the butter beans first. Now, as you can see, this is what it looks like now at this stage. We're going to add a liter of water, again, tap water, cold, nothing special about it. And then in here, I'm going to add my celery. And at this point, I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. We're gonna add more olive oil later on when we bake the dish in the oven. So at this point, just a tablespoon of olive oil. Now, I'm gonna put it back on the heat, bring it up to the boil. Once it has come up to the boil, I'm going to put the lid on, turn the heat down to simmer, and simmer it for about half an hour. My butter beans will be cooking in the oven in a dish like this. I've had this since I was a student at university, so many years ago. So you need an oven-proof dish. You don't need a lid, so you don't have to cover the dish, but you need something. An oven-proof dish to finish cooking off the gigantes. Now, I have, while my gigantes is simmering just behind me, I have a bowl here, and I want to show you the sauce that we're going to be making. In the bowl, I'm going to add the carrot, which I've grated. And carrot makes this dish really sweet and delicious and lovely. I'm going to add the garlic. In here, I'm going to add a tablespoon of tomato puree, and tomato puree adds a lovely depth of flavor to this dish. I think I've gone a little bit crazy with tomato puree, but a tablespoon. If you go a little bit more, that's absolutely fine. I'm just gonna mix this together. Now this dish doesn't require any extra liquid. So the butter beans are simmering, and the liquid that's left with the butter beans, we're just gonna add it to the dish along with this one, and we're gonna let it cook so the butter beans are lovely and soft and the sauce has thickened. Now, very straightforward. Add this here. And remember I said earlier that we're going to be adding more olive oil. So in here I need about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And don't be scared with adding olive oil, it needs it. Butter beans and olive oil are best friends. The dish will be lovely and sweet. So about 2 to 3 tablespoons. And then you need loads and loads of black pepper. Well, I love black pepper, but yeah, I think it goes great with the dish. And I'm going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of salt, okay? I'm gonna mix everything together, and then I'm gonna leave it on one side, ready for when my butter beans are cooked, to finish off the dish and show you what happens before we put the dish in the oven. So we're halfway through the simmering process and the butter beans are cooking nicely. Now, the next thing we need to do is preheat the oven at 180 degrees centigrade. We're ready for the final stage of our process in making gigantes. So, the gigantes, I've taken them off the heat, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the celery. You don't need it anymore. The celery has given out all its flavor, all the flavor that we need. And now, very carefully, I'm going to put the beans into my oven-proof dish. Fantastic. I'm going to put this here. And again, very carefully, I'm going to add the lovely carrot and tomato mixture. Oh, and the garlic smells so lovely. You don't need to add any more water. The oven has been preheating at 180 degrees centigrade. And I'm going to add all this in and give it a stir so everything is well combined. It looks fantastic. The last thing I'm going to do, and it's optional, but I like it, I have some parsley, always in the freezer. So I'm gonna just get a handful of parsley, just like it is frozen. I'm just gonna put it on top. And I just want you to come and have a look at this. Look at this beauty. Doesn't that look wonderful? So simple, right? I'm gonna mix. Right. Lovely people, this will go in the oven for about an hour. After the hour, check it. You want to make sure that the butter beans are really lovely and soft and the sauce has reduced. An hour has passed, so let's check our butter beans and see how they do. Oh, come close. Look at this. Can you see how lovely that looks? And the liquid has reduced. So what we're gonna do is, okay, my butter beans still are they need a bit more cooking. So I'm gonna leave them in the oven for another 40 to 60 minutes until they're completely soft and the sauce has reduced even more. It smells delicious though. I've just taken the gigantes out of the oven. So they had now 2 hours and they look absolutely amazing. They smell divine. The dish is too hot for me to try now, but I just want to show you how beautiful this looks. Doesn't that look wonderful? The sauce has reduced. The carrot is nice and makes the dish lovely and sweet. Okay, the critical thing here is to exercise some patience and to try this. If you want more salt and pepper, then add it at this point according to your taste. The way I would serve it is in a big bowl, and I would crumble some feta on top, lots of black pepper, perfection. I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you make this dish, and I hope you like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you here next time for some more Greek cooking. Take care of yourselves, bye bye.